Hi, I'm Karen from 24 Hour Bookkeeper. Why should you care about lien waivers? Lien waivers should be tied to almost every payment in construction. Their importance should not be overlooked. I'll tell you what they are, why you should send them, and a few best practices for managing those lien waivers. A lien waiver is simply a document that is signed between both parties when payment is exchanged. The main purpose of a lien waiver is to avoid a subcontractor filing a mechanic's lien on the property. If I'm the person sending a payment to my subcontractor, I'd be the one requesting the waiver be signed. Once it's signed, that subcontractor cannot file a mechanic's lien on the property of the project. Lien waivers can serve additional purposes above protecting against the mechanic liens. On basic terms, a lien waiver builds a good relationship between you and your subcontractor. As a subcontractor, you can be assured that your payment has been made because your waiver serves as proof of that payment. Having this waiver in hand reassures that you won't pay the same bill twice. There's actually two types of lien waivers, a conditional waiver and an unconditional waiver. You would use the conditional waiver at time you're producing your invoice. Just as the name states, a conditional waiver is based on condition, which is basically the payment. If the payment isn't made, which means the condition hasn't yet been met, the waiver would be no good. You would provide this waiver prior to receiving the payment. An unconditional waiver should be used once the payment has been received or at the time of payment exchange. You shouldn't use this type of waiver before payment is provided because these waivers are effective regardless of any circumstances on the payment. What I mean is if you haven't been paid but the waiver is signed, you might be out of luck. If you're going to send a conditional waiver at the time of the invoice, this probably will also promote a quicker payment. This means that your sub will already have all the information they need ahead of time. In general, if you're upfront or proactive on sending waivers, you don't have to worry that all the information hasn't been submitted, which therefore affects payment or any situation surrounding that. Let's jump in and take a look at a lien waiver example. This is just a basic document that you can produce on your own, or if you're using project management software, you might be able to find a template. My example includes a few different things, but yours might look different, and that's okay. You will notice that it always requests your subcontractor's company info and project address. A lot of times they want you to include the owner name and the general contractor. You only want to do a waiver for the amount of money in which you're requesting for payment. So if the subcontractor's scope is $25,000 and you are only paying $10,000 as the first payment, you only want to do the waiver for $10,000. I would put that in this current payment due area right here. You also want to put the date of the payment or the date in which you are being released from a lien. Some waivers give you 3 checkboxes for payment info, but in this case, this waiver is asking for an initial, acknowledging this particular payment as being the final payment. You might want to include a few conditions and additional information on your waiver, which this example includes. A notary signature is required to verify a legal signature was provided. There isn't any messing around with this form. Most subcontractors have a notary in their office, so this isn't really a big deal. Once you have these lien waivers, it's really important to store them in your files. I'm a big fan of technology, so whether it be in Dropbox or in your C drive, you might be able to upload them to an online application. Many times, it can be stored simply in the job folder. If you are working with a title company on a project, it's possible that they will send out these waivers on your behalf and want to collect them. If you're collecting some in addition to the title company, you would come together at the end of the project to make sure that all the waivers have been collected, and that would match every payment made on the job. Thanks for watching this video. For more videos, make sure to click subscribe. You can also find more info on financial management by going to our website at 24hourbookkeeper.com, which can be found in the comments. See ya!